isn't it? I mean,
second half impact.
it's almost like he's always coming on at half time. To adjust towards the left back position is Alfiandra. They've dropped into their part of the pitch.
Here's Tirsin Dunga, plenty of time because look at that overlapping run on the left hand side. Just a little bit too much on the ball there. Toklo Anan.
Swift counter from Thailand there. You get players pouring forward. With a high starting position there for Thailand again. Applying the pressure on the short goal kicks out.
So Fakhruddin Arianto replaced by Elkin Baggett. Fabriansha, the left back, of course, came in today from the suspended Pratama Arhan. Had quite a tough task on his hands, keeping Supachok and Roller quiet. Has to go as well. Evan Dimas and Rahmat Irianto is the other one who's left the pitch. Evan Dimas replaces him. Well worth a shot, why not? Taking a bit of a deflection. Supachok's effort, and it will be a corner.
He's been everywhere for Thailand. Here he is popping up in a central position. That could have troubled the goalkeeper. I think they're not taking a bit of a deflection.
For their team. Putting numbers in here tonight.
Underside.
Great away the second from Alfiandra. Had to put his head on that. Anticipating the ball attack from Sup. Dead bodies in there and taking on personal responsibility. It's an attack crosses that come in.
Interesting little switch, isn't it, to have him now at left wing back.
Well, that's right.
Fernand Devanga.
And in the first half, Thailand got quite a bit of joy down their right-hand side. Indonesia just left. Something that they needed to address just at half-time. Decided to go with that switch.
Richard Shalama, quick ball. You can see what he was attempting to do, but did it. Solid, isn't it? So, the makeshift sack today. Up the other end. Up back. Counter-attack by Thailand.
Just too good. Individual quality and brilliance. Skip goal. Super job. Absolutely. The first touch in there into Supachok, and then for him to carry the ball all the way forward, turns it around, gets himself closed down by three Indonesian defenders, but Chanatip on hand after he played their first pass into Supachok, joining in the attack, changing the angle of the run, starting from a deeper position, closer to the left-hand side, drifts in field, into the middle of the penalty box, just side foots it past Nadeo. I think sees the ball late.
He only scores in first legs, Roshan. That's 2 apiece in the semi-final first leg, and now here in the final first leg. Remember, he had a chance for a hat-trick against Vietnam. His penalty right down the middle was very easily saved. And now a lot of work to do for the Indonesians. We were speculating, weren't we, before halftime, how they would approach the second half. Perhaps they learnt from that previous game against Vietnam, and they've come out guns blazing.
Well, first of all, excellent centre forward play by Tirasin. And yeah, again, you say you want to maintain that element of control. You know, you want to make sure that Indonesia don't get into any sort of rhythm. As you have a look at the top scorer's charts here, he's gone top there, ahead of Tirasin, both on 4 goals each. So plenty of time for have to change.
Tirasin looking, of course, to extend his lead at the top of the all-time scorer's charts. Here is Super Top. Another one that's worth the effort, Bokloanan.
You know, the way Thailand are going at the moment, this could be over after the first leg. Just
remembering how they shut up shop in the second leg against Vietnam, having a 2-0 lead. If they were
able to do that against perhaps coming into this the best side in Southeast Asia at the moment in Vietnam. In complete control, Thailand.
There is Border Pala, and without many of their regulars. So impressive. More to come from this side. Kritsada. They've also been stung, Roshan. I think you and I have talked about this throughout the tournament. They've been stung a little bit by the criticism. They had a poor World Cup campaign by their high standards.
Yeah.
Being bundled out early on, not even finishing third in that World Cup qualifying group of round 2. There was a mini Suzuki Cup in there. And the likes of Indonesia took points off them. Malaysia, Vietnam, of course. And they were stung by that one. That hurt, didn't it?
You know, there's been a bit of talk about how that spark has seemed to have gone out a little bit since Kete Zico left his post. And I'll come back to it.
Yes, now boos from the crowd from this game and perhaps from the last one as well. That's a delightful ball, isn't it? Out to Super Chop. Here he is, Chanatip. Another long-range effort, perhaps. Well, they're all taking their turns, aren't they, at the moment? Tirasin now peppering this goal.
Every time Super Chok gets on the ball, he's creating danger. All sorts of issues for the Indonesian defense. Lovely step over, linking up with Chanatip. And you wonder, just going back to that spark coming back into the Thai national team with Mano Polking coming in.
Come back to that. Here is Irfan Jai. He's offside though. Briefly, the fans got excited there. Thailand look like they're going to make a few changes now that they've probably secured this first leg. Let's see.
Again, it's another really good driving run from Kambuaya. Irfan Jaya, I mean, that's poor from him because he's looking right across the line. And he's not bothered to sort of just try and either bend this run or just drop off a little bit to try and keep himself onside. Kambuaya, I think, has been Indonesia's best player. And for Thailand, it's been Super Chok. I know the temptation will be to give the man of the match to Chanatip. His 2 goals, which were really good finishes, but I think Super Chok has been that real driving force, that creative element for Thailand.
Well, he's certainly in contention, isn't he, Chanatip, for MVP? To regain the crown that he lost. He did play, of course, in the last edition. Well, that needed to be a better ball from Alfredo Devanga. The path of Ricky Kambuaya. Well, with changes. Titipan and Supachai to come on. An opportunity for possibly Tirasin. Perhaps a pity one to have a little bit of a break. That would be the obvious changes, perhaps. We'll see. Remember in the last leg where Tirasin was asking if we could come off. And Hawking was saying, just give me a few more minutes. Suara has had very, very little to do in this game. So from Indonesia's point of view now, they've just got to stay in this, don't they? Yeah, it's almost damage limitation now. Just keep it at 2 if they can. Maybe get a goal back, but at least you're not conceding a third.
Exactly that. I mean, we touched on this, I think, in the first half about not letting the game run away from you. There's a real danger here that it could ahead of the second leg. And this is where tactically as well, I think if you're a coach, you're thinking about these things as well. You know, you can't take too many risks, can't take too many chances, can't open up too much.
Yeah.
Because you know there's still another game to go. And look, there's still time for Indonesia to turn this around, but it's been difficult for them to really get into the game. They've had one big moment, one high quality opportunity through Alfeandra.
Yeah. Look, he has had an excellent tournament, hasn't he, Alfeandra?
That's right.
That's not his job. Is not to put the goals in, but of course he was still in that position. But he has been superb for them.
And a lot of these players have been great. A lot of them have been. You know, if they do end up going on to lose this,
we'll come back to that in the second Russian as we just complete the substitutions, and it is going to be Tirasin to come off or add to his tournament to replace him. As we speculated as well, to be replaced. Titipan. Pretty much like-for-like changes then.
They've really managed the workloads of the players very well, Thailand. And it's easy to do that when you've got such a wonderful squad. But also having that faith in the squad to deliver. Despite the changes that you've made, players will repay that faith that you've them.
Evan Dimas, no longer able to command an automatic starting place. This 11, Taeyong.
That was a really good turn from Asnawi there earlier. Chop of the shoulder, get rid of Titipan on the press, then turn away.
Previous editions of the AFF Cricket Cup. Here's a chance for Irfan. Another opportunity. Not taken, and Simara finally called into action.
Very good chance for Indonesia. And again, it's Kambuaya at the heart of it. He's the one who receives it in space. There you go. Makes a run in behind that Thai midfield. Picks it up in space. Picks out a lovely pass through into Irfan Jangan. The weight on that pass, I think, is excellent. It's right into the run of Irfan Jangan. He doesn't even have to sort of break his stride. He just needs to adjust his body shape. Can't get it wide enough with enough bend. Kambuaya, as I say, who's been excellent for Indonesia, is the man who's coming off.
Well, he has been brilliant. And a big roar, though, for this man here, Igi Maulana. So much speculation as to when he would be playing in this tournament. He came on against Singapore in the second leg of that semi-final, and we'll get a bit more time here today. In Slovakia with Seneca. He is often regarded as the great big hope of Indonesian football, the 21-year-old. maybe just give the team a bit of a boost, but as Rosa mentioned, most creative player, the one who's really been at the heart of things, Kambawaya, has been taken off. About half an hour or so, if you include some added time here for Indonesia in this first leg to try get something out of this if they can. Elkan Baggett. Out wide to his left wing back, Afrianda Devanga. Switton Sulaiman. Still going here. And that's easy for Silora.
Found it very difficult to get involved in the game with Sulaiman, and it's a credit to Thailand. They've got 10 players around him. Every time he's gotten on the ball, and there he was able to just wriggle away. Got a bit fortunate with that. Couldn't quite find the final pass into one of his runners in the box.
Baggett brought down play continues. Devanga. There's Asnawi. Now, Egi Maulana. Lovely return ball. Here's Asnawi. Little moments here, flashes for Indonesia. Irfan. Kadek Agung. Kadek Agung. Trying to weave his way through with Sulaiman. Now look at this super chop.
I think he might have taken a boot to the face on the follow through. Super chop. But Witan, that's much better from him. I think they've grown to this game a little bit in the second half. A bit of skill, the link up with Kadek. Looking to weave his way through that defense. But it's we're at that, an important leg out. Good challenge from Wirate, central midfielder playing in central defense for Thailand. Lars Dola was taken off with an injury.
He quite often finds himself at the end of challenges, doesn't he? He's taking quite a beating this tournament. Players like him and Chantip will love him.
Yeah, we'll draw challenges, we'll draw these fouls. And you have to be brave. You know, players like that, they take on the responsibility to want to make things happen with the ball. The hits will come. But also I think we with Chanatip, especially at this level, and the knowledge and the experience that he has now of how to use his body and how to protect himself, you know, from challenges like that. So he sees it coming almost, and you know, he knows the steps that he needs to take in terms of how he positions himself, how he perhaps avoids a tackle.
Here's Chanatip, quick ball into Supachai. Now Roller. Look at that. Well, that is an excellent goal. Keep calm, says Supachai. And it's about time. Now he gets a score sheet. What a goal again for Thailand.
That's just pure class. I mean, I don't know how you stop that. The key thing here is Jonathan, and again the awareness as he receives to play very quick. Turns on the ball first time, second pass goes in behind that defense into Philip Roller via Poklo, and then awareness just to leave it, time and space to pick his spot. It's a big gap for him to hit. It's a huge gap for him to hit, but Jonathan just there, he saw it. hati-hati Kadek. Kanan tepat oleh Asnawi. Langsung ke depan, arahkan kepada Egi. Rebut oleh Kristandu tadi Egi. Putar-putar Kristandu. Ke belakang Kristan. Ada Bodin Pala. Ini ada titipan, ke belakang titipan. Pan Gongchan, ada Weratet. Sangat bebas para pemain Thailand. Dan nanti Songkrasin ke kiri. Kristandu. Sangat leluasa para pemain Thailand. Bodin. Klau. Dan nanti Songkrasin. Ada titipan. Ke kanan titipan. Kepada Kritsada Kamar. Pacok. Balik pada Kritsada. Supaca perlawanan. Bodin Pala. Masih Bodin. Supacai. Pas Supacai. Pelanggaran sekali lagi. Indonesia. Hati-hati Indonesia. Karena para pemain Thailand juga memiliki tendang-tendang yang sangat baik untuk melakukan eksekusi serangan bebas Indonesia.
Ya, sangat sulit sepertinya Indonesia lepas daripada tekanan yang dilakukan dengan berat oleh timnas Thailand. Dan sini memang ini mental lagi-lagi harus diuji. Mungkin memang sangat sulit untuk membalikkan keadaan ketinggalan 0-3 untuk bisa meraih poin. Tapi ingat tetap itu bisa 20 menit. Balas paling tidak 1 poin untuk membuka harapan kita tentunya di leg kedua. Dan hal-hal seperti ini sebuah kesalahan dilakukan justru bukan dengan gawang Indonesia, harus segera dihindari. Kembali.
Naam bebas Kristandu. Lakukan sudah. Berbahaya tadi sukses dari Kristandu. Luar biasa para pemain Thailand. Sangat leluasa untuk mengurung pertahanan Indonesia. Nadio dari bawah Indonesia. Rizky Ridho. Panjau. Agar dari Irfan Jaya. Lutan Sulaiman. Ada Lutan. Akan kiri pada Destan kini. Kita lihat Destan ke kanan. Ada Philip Roller. Ada titipan ke tengah. Dan Natif Songkrasin. Sangat leluasa para pemain Thailand. Kritsada. Dan Natif. Kristandu. Baik pada Natif. Kritsada kanan. Bola. Suara. Titipan. Masih menguasai bola para pemain Thailand. Sangat konsentrasi, sangat cepat. Angkat Indonesia. Fokusan kepada Philip. Kemudian oleh Dewangga. Masih Philip. Ada sangat baik oleh Dewangga. Benar-benar sangat mendominasi para pemain. Sangat sulit para pemain Indonesia untuk merebut bola dari para pemain Thailand.
Ya, memang Thailand ini terlihat bermain cukup tenang, cukup santai. Tapi begitu mereka bisa merebut bola, begitu mereka melihat peluang, begitu mereka melihat celah, begitu mudah pula mereka lakukan tekanan. Dan di sini terlihat lagi-lagi ini sudah berapa kali, hampir 4-5 kali ya, sudah orang melihat lubang yang berada di sisi kiri pertahanan Indonesia.
Jangan penjuru Thailand. Balik Bodin Pala akan melakukan eksekusi tendangan penjuru. Apa kita lihat ada 4 pemain tadi kotak penalti, ada Supacai, Bodin Pala. Terjadi apakah sebuah pelanggaran, apakah sudah keluar tadi? Tendangan gawang ada kita lihat Ramai Rumakik tadi kan Irfan Jaya. 3-0-3 Indonesia. Tentu saja gol yang sangat besar. Harus mampu dibalas Indonesia. Kawin Tamsak Jangan. Radio. Ramai Rumakik.
berduel dengan titipan dari kita teramai. Ada Bodin Pala. Ke belakang Bodin pada titipan. Keluar tadi, bola dilakukan oleh titipan. Dewangga langsung ke depan, arahkan kepada Witan Sulaiman. Digagalkan tetap oleh Noel Rantet. Banyak ada pergantian pemain lagi kah? Penjaga gawang Kawin Laksan Jangan akan masuk menggantikan suara. Thailand bisa mengganti penjaga gawang. Luar biasa ini.
Ya, ini saya bingung untuk menjelaskannya tentunya bukan juga tidak pemerintah. Pada saat itu tidak masuk, gitu kan, mereka bisa mengganti penjaga gawang. Bagaimana kita tahu Paling ini sebenarnya adalah salah satu penjaga gawang yang memang
Saya rasa ini
berprestasi.
saya rasa juga menyatakan bahwa mereka yakin,
Sudah yakin,
sudah yakin dengan mengganti penjaga gawang. Elkan Bagot. Rizky coba lakukan tekanan cepat. Ada Supacai. Cepat terobosan masuk ke depan Supacai. Lalu jauh. Bola dekat dengan penjaga gawang Nadio. Kanan Rizum masuk. 24. Kali gagal anak-anak Garuda untuk menembus pertahanan Thailand. Masih sangat sulit para pemain Indonesia. Sesungguhnya masih ada 15 menit. Apapun bisa terjadi. Tapi banyak para pemain Indonesia agak kesulitan untuk bisa mengembangkan permainan. Di mana kita lihat sangat nyaman para pemain Thailand melakukan passing dan kontrol di arah pertahanan Indonesia. Racit tadi. Ini dari kiri pertahanan Indonesia. Philip titipan. Luar biasa kepada Bodin. Philip lagi. Elkan Bagot. Halo bola. Ada titipan. Bodin Pala. Ke belakang Bodin. Sangat baik oleh Krisada. Witan Sulaiman. Jangan coba melakukan tekanan kini. Bodin Pala pada Krisada. Istando ke belakang. Bola cepat dilakukan oleh Jadi Setiawan. Pelanggaran dilakukan oleh Teddy Setiawan terhadap titipan Kuang Chan. Titipan Kuang Chan adalah pemain yang memperkuat Thailand di Piala AFF 2018 dan 2020. Di Piala AFF 2020 sudah 6 kali bermain, 3 kali sebagai pemain inti dan 3 kali sebagai pengganti. Setelah penampilan pertama Kawin Samsa Jangan. Kontrol yang baik meskipun di-press tadi oleh Ramai Luakik. Elkan Bagot ke belakang pada Nadio. Umpan jauh tengah ada Egy. Agar Egy. Evan Dimas Darmono. Umpan jauh pada Asnawi. Di depan ada Teddy Setiawan. Oleh wasit Al Hussein dari Saudi. Dan selalu terlihat staging yang dilakukan oleh Jadi tadi.
Pertanyaan itu memang terlihat dari sudut yang sangat sulit. Jadi seandainya saja itu sekali lebih cepat lagi. Itu bisa memegang bola. Tapi memang yang terjadi adalah sebuah percobaan diving yang terlihat jelas oleh wasit.
Tapi saya lebih setuju tadi. Jadi lebih menguasai bola tadi.
Iya betul, Bung Adi.
Rizky Ridho. Banyak sudah semakin pelatihan para pemain Indonesia. Rizky Ridho buang bola tadi, buang lapangan pertandingan. Kembali ke dalam buat Thailand. Thailand memang sudah sangat nyaman terbukti dengan mengganti penjaga gawang. Ratet, Lau. Racit tadi kepada Stangdu. Racit lagi. Ada titipan. Hati Indonesia. Tengah. Sangat bebas pada pemain Thailand. Ada dengan sangat baik tadi. Gerakan yang coba dilakukan oleh Gue Racit. Asnawi sudah terlihat agak keletihan juga mungkin.
Ya, walaupun memang kita harus akui Asnawi termasuk pemain yang bermain cukup baik. Tapi memang banyak pemain-pemain Indonesia yang tidak bermain seperti diharapkan. Mungkin kelelahan, mungkin juga mental. Dan juga kita adalah tim yang paling muda secara bulan rata-rata di turnamen ini. Gimana?
Bodin. Dennis Jawa. Jangan lakukan oleh Istanbul terhadap Devi. Kartu kuning jelas. Didorong tadi Dennis Jawa oleh Istanbul. Elkan banget. Sangat berkuasa pada pemain Thailand. Sulit para pemain Indonesia bisa merobos setelah pertahanan Thailand. Kembali ke dalam Indonesia. Egi Mauna Fikri. Masih Egi. Egi Mauna Fikri. Masuk pergerakan Egi. Orang diri ada gabungan 3 pemain dari Thailand. Sangat jelas dilakukan oleh Tailand. 10 menit lagi, tapi masih sulit para pemain Indonesia untuk bisa keluar dari untuk mematahkan permainan. Semoga saja peluang yang bebas ini mampu menghasilkan gol dan yang mampu menipiskan jadi tabungan gol untuk leg kedua nanti. Evan Dimas dan Mono akan 3 gol tentu tidak berat buat Indonesia, tapi perjuangan masih ada. 10 menit, 9 menit waktu tersisa Indonesia. Evan Dimas dan Mono gol Indonesia. Adek Ramai Rumakik. Adek Agung gagal tadi. 1-2 dengan Ramai. Jatuh di kaki Kawin Tamsan Jangan. Kawin Tamsan Jangan adalah penjaga gawang Thailand di Piala Agar 2016. Mana Indonesia kalah di final melawan Thailand. Ramai Rumakik langsung pada Hitam gagal tadi. Dibuang oleh Krisada. Elkan Bagor. Ini Supai Chai kuasai bola. Sangat terluasa pada pemain Thailand. Berklau. Pada Kanit tadi. Asnawi. Gagal Egi. Umpan tebusan. Pemirsa, bola tadi dibolkan oleh pemain Bodin Pala. Mudah gol ucapan para pemain Thailand. Sangat leluasa para pemain Thailand untuk bisa mengobrak-abrik pertahanan Indonesia. Skor jadi 4-0. Kita lihat bagaimana rapuhnya pertahanan Indonesia dan mudahnya Bodin Pala untuk mencetak gol ke gawang Indonesia, Bung Doni.
Ya, memang kalau kita lihat di sini sudah jelas ya mentalnya kena pemain Indonesia. Mereka sudah kelelahan, tidak tahu di mana harus mengisi. Di sini sudah terlihat memang sayang sekali harusnya Egi segera menyambar bola, membuang bola, dan jadi akhirnya musim Nabil bermain sangat baik. Gawang harus bobol 4 kali, sesuatu yang tidak kita inginkan tadi Bung kita katakan. Padahal yang kita ini adalah walaupun kalah kita mempunyai tabungan gol, tapi terjadi kalah kita 10, itu ketinggalan 0-4 di leg 1 ini, Bung Adi.
Ya, perjuangan tentu saja masih ada. Indonesia masih memiliki kesempatan untuk bisa mencetak gol. Evan Dimas belakang pada Dewa, balik ke belakang kepada Nadeo. Masih bisa Indonesia. Rizky Ridho sudah terlihat letih para pemain Indonesia. Tapi sesungguhnya telah juga, saya agak lelah juga, Bung Doni.
Pasti mengingat bahwa mereka memang tetap menjalankan liga di 90 menit normal, tapi mereka melawan tim seberat sekelas Vietnam itu tentu menguras tenaga Thailand. Sementara kita sendiri harus melalui pertandingan selama 120 menit. Faktor kelelahan di sini terlihat memang ada di Indonesia, timnas Indonesia. Tapi kita juga katakan memang kita kalah. Itu harus juga ditunjukkan Indonesia. Baik, tentunya untuk di
TV mati kan? TV mati kan? Dua orang.
Parkoni di belakang.
Hati-hati. Udah buat beliau di gawang Nadeo. Lepas lagi. Koklau. Odin pada Koklau. Masih Koklau. Supacok. Titipan. Oh, bola kiri. Masih blok oleh Nadeo. Ada Rizky Ridho. Titipan. Borakit. Cocok saja oleh Rizky Ridho. 5 menit waktu tersisa. Pacok kiri Thailand. Borakit pada Titipan. Evan Dimas kuasai bola. Masih Evan. Kejar Kestandu. Masih ada waktu Indonesia untuk bisa setidaknya mencetak 1 gol. Dewangga pendek saja kepada Hutan, digerakkan oleh Titipan, masih Titipan. Mudah saja umpan pendek kepada Supacok ke tengah. Koklau, masih Koklau. Umpan cepat kepada Supacai. Coba diterima oleh Rizky Ridho. Masih Supacai. Supacai dia shooting. Magatannya mudah buat menjadi gawang Nadeo. Plus Koklau kanan. Asnawi. Belakang Asnawi. Rizky Ridho. Umpan jauh Rizky Ridho. Evan Dimas Darmono. Mudah kehilangan bola Indonesia tadi. Supacai. Pilih. Ada Erkan Bagot. Masih Erkan. Langkah tadi oleh Koklau. Sulaiman. Bukan Sulaiman. Kanan ada Asnawi. Masih Asnawi. 4-1. Ada Kenny. Masih Kenny. Super Kenny. Oh! Gagal Indonesia. Meskipun Indonesia 3-0, tapi sesungguhnya itu juga banyak memiliki peluang yang tidak bisa meningkat gol, Bung Budi.
Ya, tercatat mungkin ini peluang ketiga atau keempat yang cukup baik yang seharusnya bisa dikonversikan menjadi gol. Kalau secara medik yang bermain cukup bekerja keras walaupun belum terlalu efisien, dan lagi-lagi memang sangat disayangkan terlepas bahwa timnas Thailand jauh mungkin secara level di atas kita, tapi sebenarnya lebih terhadap kita bermain tidak dalam kemampuan terbaik timnas Indonesia yang kita tahu sebenarnya seharusnya jauh lebih baik daripada laga leg 1 yang kita tonton kali ini, Bung Adi.
Hati-hati kalian. Masih gagal sampai oleh Dewangga. Koklau. Oh, di atas mistar dari gawang nampaknya, atau tetap Nadio. Ya Nadio. Dewangga. Gagal Dewangga memberikan umpan, tidak ada satupun pemain Indonesia. Kawin. Distandu ke belakang. Kawin bangsa Jangan. Misalnya Kaman. Umpan jauh. Luar biasa Supacok. Lepas Supacai. Radio. Indonesia coba bangun serangan dari bawah. Rizky Rido. Asnawi. Dennis Jawan. Masih Dedi. Egi Mauna Fikri. Gagal Egi. Hilangan bola sangat mudah pemain Indonesia. Distandu depan ke depan. Arahkan pada Supacai. Luar biasa sentuhan para pemain Thailand.
Mereka terjemahkan menjadi sebuah akurasi umpan ya, dan penguasaan bola yang begitu dominan, begitu efektif. Ini yang menjadi pembeda, tidak terjadi dalam lawan-lawan timnas Indonesia sebelumnya. Jadi memang ini adalah perang lapangan tengah yang jelas dengan mutlak, dengan telak dimenangkan oleh timnas Thailand. Kita tentunya berharap tadi kalaupun memang ketinggal 1-0 atau 2-0, kita harus bisa menjaga selisih gol untuk tidak bisa memberikan Thailand lebih leluasa lagi. Tapi apa yang terjadi adalah bagaimana sebuah peluang yang lagi-lagi memang tidak terlalu efisien. Dan
Thailand. Sekarang balik ke Thailand. Ada Poklau. Ada penangan Rizky. Masih Poklau. Empat pada Warajit. Keluar dari gawang yang tadi warga Winata. Langsung lempar Bodin Pala. Sisa 1 menit lagi pertandingan babak kedua. Indonesia masih atau sudah tertinggal 0-4 ke Thailand. Memang masih ada leg kedua. Semoga saja di leg kedua Indonesia masih bisa bangkit. Balik Thailand, Pacok. Kepilih. Supacok lagi. Langkah panjang, tanda berakhirnya pertandingan